Hi, I'm Celeste, and this is Silvana. Welcome to the Lift program. Today we will be working with athletes. So let's start with some breathing, Silvana.
Okay.
All right, actually we'll start with some breathing into your ribs and chest and back, and then we'll progress to some more deep breathing exercises. All right, so take a breath in for me. And when you exhale, exhale through the nose and just relax your whole body. Relax your shoulders, relax your collarbones, relax your ears and your chin. Okay. Now take a breath in and feel the sides of your rib cage expand outward if possible. If you need to put your hands on them, you can do that. Really feel them fill out, and then exhale, feel them close. And again, inhale, just feel the ribs expand. And exhale, close. On the next one, I want you to try to feel the ribs expand and feel your back into the bed. Inhale. And feel the back. Exhale. Relax the shoulders, chest, back, and feel the ribs close. 2 more times. Inhale. Ribs and back. Better. Exhale. Relax the ribs. And 1 more time. Breathe into the ribs and fill the back. And exhale. Release it out. Let's breathe into your belly now. You can take your hands right down onto your diaphragm. I'm holding a balloon for our next breath. So breathe in and feel your belly fill up, and that's really hard for some people to do. And then exhale, let the air out. You can breathe in or out through the nose. In this case, I would actually recommend a pursed breath. So breathe in through the nose and exhale as if you had an imaginary balloon. Inhale. And exhale, yeah. So let's try to get the breath a little bit lower. 1 more time, inhale. Try to fill up all the way to here, that's better. And exhale, breathe it out. That was much better. How did that feel?
Amazing.
Amazing, okay. For you, gift.
Thank
All
you.
right, you're welcome. So take the balloon to your mouth. Exhale, breathe out. Push the air out, good. And you can let go of it if you want to. And then exhale, push through. Good. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe. That's the breath we're looking for, and then let it all go. Fun for all. Do that 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe out. Look at the difference on that breath. Inhale. Exhale. Really squeeze the air out. Blow that air out. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe that air out and release it. That's great.
Fine.
That's it. Plenty. That's perfect. So all of this is super important just to prepare the body, especially for athletes. So let's get into a little bit of pelvic movement now. So why don't we just think of the bones of your pelvis, and you're just going to have them sort of rock back and forth. Feel solid on your feet. So make sure you feel the inner and outer foot while you're doing this, the whole foot on the mat, and just rock back and rock forward. Good. And inhale. And exhale 1 more time. Inhale and exhale. And now from here, you're going to try to make little circles with your hips. Yeah, and this can feel a little sticky to one side. Go to the other side just to get a gauge. Really try to come down around all the way back down onto the lowest part of your tailbone. Yeah, much better. And then go the other way 1 more time. Just notice the difference in your body from each direction. And oftentimes you'll feel kind of sticky in one direction more so than the other, as will most people. And then go the other way. Last time, right? So I just wanted to do kind of 2 and 2. And then release. Good. So take a breath in. Exhale, just relax your pelvis. Relax your body. And now we're going to kind of press into one foot. So I want you to press down in one foot and push the knee forward, creating a little bit of a shift through the hip, and release. And the other side, press with a little push, excuse me, and I can see that you deviate a little bit here. Press and push, this is kind of clean to the side, and release this one. We want to try to keep that hip back. So as you're doing this, notice in yourself if you're able to go side to side. This one's better, this is definitely your tighter hip. Reach, and forward, and 1 more time, forward and forward to release. Good, take a breath in, and exhale again. Each time taking that extra breath, slide your right heel along the bed, inhaling, and exhale. Feel the heel draw back towards your sit bone. Switch sides, inhale, left leg through, and exhale, bring it back in, and right leg inhales through, exhale, bring it back, and left leg, inhale, and exhale back. One more, inhale and exhale. Feel the hip opening and inhale, exhale. Now we're going to take a little knee opening, but after the glide. So inhale, glide, turn the knee out to the side, draw in and up. And as you're doing this, really be mindful not to let the hip bones switch. And up, and heel glide, out and up, and heel glide. That's much better. Out and up. And if you don't have somebody holding your hips, you can do it yourself. Out, and last one, and up. Let's reverse the direction. Open the knee first, glide it out, turn it in, turn it out. So much better when my fingers are here. And again, it kind of just keeps you in place. I can feel the release on this side too. Again. Good. One more, last one. And up. Beautiful. Right into butterflies. Let those knees drop open with the soles of your feet together. Just kind of stay there and actually feel not only the opening of the knees, but feel the closure of the feet. Feel that connection. Don't let the feet be too loose there. You want to really feel that whole point. Your neck is actually relaxed too, so that's good. So take a breath in, and on your exhale, let your knees float up and in so you're on the feet, right? And that's going to create a particular sensation in your pelvis, and that's what we're looking for. So again, open the knees, and then exhale, let them float in and up. Good. And again, open, hold for a moment, exhale, float in and up. One last time, open, float in and up. From there, I want you to feel a squeeze from your side hip bones around into the sitting bones, and then together, like two magnets or two things that you're trying to bring to touch one another. And once you make that connection, hold it and count to 10, and don't let go. So you want to really feel that wrap around and hold in the back, squeeze, squeeze. And then once you count to 10, I want you to raise one knee up, but don't let go of the squeeze. That's the hard part, all the way up with that knee. Keep it there. And this doesn't even have to be so held. It can be a little relaxed. And then the other one, keep the squeeze, lift the knee up. That's the hard part. While they're in the air, squeeze them together. Yeah, now you're working very hard. Make sure you breathe and make sure you keep squeezing here. All right, so while you're squeezing there, I want you to slowly let your shins raise up, but you will never get to the top if you keep your squeeze. So keep that squeeze, keep that squeeze. It might start shaking. And then you're going to squeeze even more as you come back down. So keep bringing them back down and squeeze even more and squeeze even more. And yeah, relax in here. Don't let that help you. And again, up, squeezing. Don't let go of that squeeze in the back. It's really hard to concentrate on. You might just get like 3 reps out of this. And squeeze and bring it back down. Tight, 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 tight. And if you think it's tight, you can go tighter actually. One more time. Up. Good, and if you think it's tight, make it a little bit more on the way down. Yeah, you're smiling the good smile now. And release your feet to the mat. How did that feel?
Very fun.
Very fun. It's good work for all. So let's take the feet into an open position. And we're going to go into some bridging from here. And we're going to start with the open bridge. Concentrate on the foot connection. You can also, now that you really have that awareness of that connection, through that little squeeze, and it's not squeezing your back, and it's not even really squeezing your butt so much. It's just imagining the bones kind of coming together through the back. And take a breath in, and on the exhale, push the hips up in the air. At the top, take a bigger breath in for me, and really feel the length of your arms and the length of your neck here. It's super important. And as you exhale, imagine you're blowing your balloon out. And so as you blow that balloon out, your chest is going to round and round. You get a little more in you. All the way down, right? And we're going to do that again. And if you actually do use the balloon, you can use the balloon here. And you can blow into the balloon as you come down. And stay and take another breath in, because I want a little more movement from you here. Exhale down. Yeah. And all the way to the mat. Good. And now take your feet into a small V. And we'll do the same concept. Inhale and push up. Exhale at the top this time. Good. Take another breath in, and on the exhale, really push down through your chest. Good. You can take an extra breath if you need to, just to make sure you get all of the back bones down to the bottom. Good. One more time, inhale. And then you can exhale through the roll, right? To change the breathing, you can do it either way. Inhale, expand. It's just so long as you're inhaling and exhaling, especially as you're coming down through this position. Take another breath for me. And exhale, finish it off. And now take the legs together. And this one, we're not going to maybe go as high initially. We're going to work on more of a slant first, because that will get a little more connection to that back connection we were talking about, and will also help stretch the quads a little more. So take a breath in, and on the exhale, just kind of reach into a slant position. Good. Feel those feet. There we go. Feel your ribs come together for me a little. That's better. Feel your shoulders open a little more. Good. Take a breath in. Feel your ribs come together again. Thank you. Now you feel the work? Yes. All right. So good. So from there, you can feel the squeeze underneath and push your hips up a little more. Your hips, not your ribs. Good. And push your hips up a little more, not your ribs. That's it. You're shaking in all the right places. Up. And then take the whole thing down and take a moment. Excellent. Okay, we have the good smile of it. All right, so let's do the single leg stretch. So take one leg in, and what we're going to do is turn the knee actually out to the side first as a preparation, and then bring it in. So that way we're really allowing for a little more opening in the hip, so when we go into the full exercise. So that's the basic position. Put that one down. Do the same thing on the other leg. So take it out and bring it in. And when you're doing that, also be mindful that the supporting leg isn't flopping out, so, or the hip moving. We want to keep all that in place. That's your tight hip. That's super tight. And release it down. So now we're going to take it into the real exercise. So curl the head and chest up for me. Extend this leg out. You want these kind of in line with your nose, and allow that to open, keeping this line straight. Bring it in, and then try to think of your chin and your knee coming toward one another without twisting. That's your trick. And then switch. And this one extends. Good. And the knee opens, and then it draws in. Try to keep that alignment and switch. Open it first. Don't even come straight. Go right to the, that's the way. Now take it, there you go, much better. Take it out first. Yeah, and in. That one we'll work on again. Let's do out, then in, that's it. And out, and in. One more each. Out, and in. Last time, out, and in, and then rest for a moment. Right, feel the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah, so going out to the side immediately so you can keep the hips square, then bring it in so you can create a little more motion in there, and then you get a much better squeeze too. So both knees in, double leg. Take a breath in. On this one, let's hold close to the ankles. You can hold the feet or the ankles. And I want you to think of that connection underneath again, and that nice ball shape. So that shape is beautiful. Inhale, extend those legs out. The arms can box the ears. And then exhale, pull back in. And if you want a little more breath, you can take the arms into a circle. So inhale up. They can open as you exhale and pull in. That way you're getting just a little more expansion through the breath. Exhale, pull. Good. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, pull. Rest your head for one moment. Take a breath. Exhale, bring it right back up. Extend one leg up to the sky and one leg long and out. Feel the weight on your tailbone. And what I like here is not to push through the back of the knee, but to push through the thigh. So you really try to feel more of this part of your leg pushing forward exactly, and then switch the legs. So we won't do a pulse yet. Press, and again, switch. Press this into my hand first, right? Not the knee, but think of the whole leg here. Yeah, and switch. Press. One more time. Press. Get this one to press. This one's a little lazy. That's it. And switch. Press. Now from there, now bend your elbows and pull the head towards you. 1 and 2. Good. And switch. Press me first, then pull. Pull. Press me first. Straight arms, then pull. Then pull. Straight arms, then pull. Then pull. One more each. Straight arms, then pull. Then pull. Feel the difference? Straight arms, get the head of that hamstring a little more. Pull and pull to rest. Okay? So really having that straight position first, so you're really setting everything up, finding the right alignment. And then just a quick note on that, I'm just going to take your leg up quickly. A lot of times when people do that exercise, their leg turns in You want to really make sure that it's parallel aligned or even slightly externally rotated. That's fine, but you really want to avoid that internal push of the leg on that stretch because it's going to defeat the whole purpose of the exercise. So let's do a little control exercise now. We'll go into a pelvic hover. So take a breath in, exhale, just reset yourself, really allow the ribs to kind of soften. Yeah, that's starting to look better. And really feel sort of the weight of your whole pelvis without changing anything in your body. And when we go into this hover, you feel your feet and then your hips just raise a teeny bit, maybe an inch or two off the mattress or the floor without any deviation. So they just come up. And you want to almost feel a little weight, like kind of hanging off your tailbone. Yeah. And also allow yourself as much as you can to feel the back of your shoulders for support. Good. Nice solid connection on the feet. And from there, I want you to extend your right leg, but don't lift it. Just extend it like an inch off the mat. Good. You can count to like 5. And then bring it back in. And then the other leg you'll reach and count to 5. And bring it back in, nice support. And then reach the other leg out. So this one's a little weaker for you because the hip wants to dip. So you want to make sure they stay even. Now open that leg out a little bit and bring it back in. And a little lower, actually. Yeah, out and in. There you go. Out and in. Out and in. 2 more, so it's 5. Out and in. 1 more. Out and in, and bring that knee back, reset, make sure you're nice and balanced, and then take that left leg out. Yeah, you're definitely a little easier through this side. And then open out, lower that leg a little bit, it's a little high. 2. Yeah, so it's really skimming the floor. 3, 4, and 5. Bring it in, and then rest those hips down. Good for you. So let's cross into like a 4 position, and we're just going to stretch side to side. So you're going to bring it in, and then you can stretch each side like that if you want, and then just let it go side to side. Feels really good. Yes, especially after the work you did, I'm sure. Maybe I should look toward the camera more. I'm focusing on Silvana. It's a treat, right?
Yeah.
That we get to do this. So switch sides. Take your stretch first. You can pull it in. Beautiful. And side to side. Nice. And different side. Mm-hmm. We all have one. Good. And release. Great. So just take the baby stretch and like lift your feet up and open your knees. Yep. And just kind of hang out there. Pretty position. But super nice for relaxing the back and the hips and the pelvis in general. Excellent. All right, so let's take you onto your side. And we will do both sides. So what I'll have you do is, for the sake of the camera, you'll lay this way and then you'll flip over that way. I think that will work nicely. Mm-hmm. Good, so let's keep the knees bent. And let's just start with, you can have the arm, just so people know, you can have the arm like that, or put the elbow of that one forward in front of you and just rest your head kind of in alignment there. All right, so that's an option, but you can go where you're comfortable. Yep, Silvana likes that. So let's just get you stacked, shoulder over shoulder, hip over hip. Let your pelvis rock, just like we did on the back. And this is really kind of wonky for some people because they're not used to doing this ever, let alone on their side. So it will feel different from side to side. And now try to make those circles again. Like you're tracing a bowl with your hips, and then go the other way. Yeah. Good. And rest. Good. And what I'm going to give you actually very quickly is just a little lift of this entire bottom side. And just kind of count to 10, because I want you to just feel this on both sides because it's important, because there's usually an asymmetry there. So just count to 10 in your head, and when you get to 10, then you can rest it back down. Good. Excellent. So now on your inhale, open your top knee. And as you do that, the hips stay put, and exhale, close. The other thing is we want to keep the connection here and not have an extra extension in the low back. 3. Yeah, that's a little bit too tucked now. 4, yeah, that's better. 5 and 6. 2 more is good. 7. You do anywhere from 5 to 10 and 8 and down both knees at the same time. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale 2, good. Exhale down. Inhale 3, driving through the legs. 4, inner thighs. And 5 and 6 and 7. One more time. 8 and release. Extend your legs long. And actually, once you get set up there, take your bottom knee and bend it in. And let's take we're going to breathe into the top rib, and the arm can stretch with that, and the top leg is going to lift. So let's breathe into the side rib first, and then the leg follows up, and then exhale, release down. And again, fill. Oh, yeah, you go. And down. How's that feel? Good. Let the air out. When you let the air out, and fill and follow. And rest. There you go. Good. So take the other hand back for support, and both legs back out to the side now. Right, so we just use that to find that position. So both legs straight out. Yep. And finding your alignment again. Ear, shoulder, hip to ankles. Let's flex the feet, which is kind of important here. So you want to really dorsiflex the feet. And press the top leg up just a little bit. Hold it there. And then take the bottom leg up to meet it from the upper inner thigh and them down together. I like that hold. And still feel that connection on the back. So I don't mean to be familiar, but just kind of get that connection. Up, up, and down. Good. One more. Up, up, hold. Now just the bottom leg. Goes down, stretches long to come up. And it goes down, right? And it stretches long to go up. That's better. And down. The whole side stretches to come up. And down, stretches long to come up. One more will be plenty. Hold. Now take them together down and up. And 1. And feel the reach before the lift. 2. Stretch before you lift. 3. That's right. You want to stretch before you lift. 4. And stretch, lift. 5. One more time. 6. And release. Good? Good work. Okay. Take your bottom leg forward even more. And yeah, and the top leg is going to be held in the air in a balance and a little bit behind you. So it's kind of like you're in a scissor position. And this bottom leg is going to come forward as much as you can bring it, right? Until you really feel your abs engage. Yep. And then you're going to keep that nice line, and you're going to lift this leg up. 1 and 2. Good work. 3. That looks great. And 4. And 5. And 6. Get on that hip a little more. 7. 8. 9. One more. 10. And then rest that down. Bend those knees in. Great. So let's go into side plank position. So I think because we are talking to athletes, we're going to go right for the full out plank. We're going to do a full side plank on the forearm, and then we'll do a full side plank on the hand. So let's try to get that alignment. Yep. And what you can do also, if you feel like you're slightly unstable with your feet, that way you can crisscross the feet. The other way, this one on top. Yep. And that way you're going to push up and have that control through your inner thighs. So you can choose either the crisscross foot or the foot stack. So pick whichever one you want. That's the more advanced version. You're going to set the shoulder back into the socket and connect under the rib cage. And then we're going to press the side up. So press those hips up. Good. Let's find your rotation. So bring your right chest back to me. So the other way, your right chest back to me. Yep. Keep pulling in and up, and keep bringing your right chest back to me. That's it. And keep lifting that underside. That's why we did that little prep in the very beginning. Hand can stay there. Take a big breath in. Lift it. Push a little harder through your underside. Keep pushing through here, and then release it back down. Excellent. And then on one hand, same thing. Set it up. I usually like to turn my fingers out to the side and bring my hand kind of under my shoulder a little bit. Good. And you can start with bent knees or straight legs, however you're comfortable getting in it, and then press yourself up. We'll try to get the same alignment. So you're going to bring your right chest backward toward me a little more. Right chest backward toward me a little more. Keep your right hip forward and your right chest backward. This is your hard side. It's okay. and push up from underneath. Really get your shoulder set, and I want a little more push right from the back of your shoulder. Open up the chest a little more. That's good. Take one more breath in, and then take yourself down to the side. Nice and easy. Great. So if somebody has wrist problems, of course, they're not going to go on their hand, but we're, assuming in our athlete population not the case. So switch around. Let's repeat. Whole thing to the other side. Fun, right? So we're going to start with your pelvic rocks and your little circles. So just rock and circle. Good. Good. I'm going to bring this hip back to me a little more. Good. And circle. Good. Yeah, it's much more open actually. And go the other way.
My happy sign.
Yes. Much more open than the other side in all the movements, and then pause. Excellent. Good. So from here, just open the knee on the inhale, and exhale, bring it down a little tighter in this hip, though we know the left hip is tighter too. And I want you to pay attention to this foot. So when the knee opens, don't let that foot turn in. So kind of allow the knee to lead, and that's one unit. Okay, and again. That's better. And I want to bring this hip back to me a little more, this bottom side. I want to bring, toward me. Yeah, I know that feels weird. That's it. That's it. One more time will be plenty. Yeah, more work. I can feel the work. Now both together. Double. Up and 2. Yeah, let's get that inner thigh to work a little harder. 3. A little less body. 4. There you go. 5. And 6 is plenty. So let's stretch the top leg out. So the other side we went through straight legs, but you can go just out from there and take the top arm over. And we're going to breathe into the side and lift the leg at the same moment. So, actually in sequence, so breathe in here and lift this one up and exhale down. Really make sure when you breathe you're getting, so you can relax all the way down, but breathe in, fill, this creates a lift, and this follows. Yeah, fill and follow, and down. And again, fill and follow. And down. Let's just do one more. Fill and follow and down. Extend both legs out to the side. Take this hand in front for support. Flex your feet. It's kind of important. You want to imagine your feet are on the floor. So a lot of people's feet do weird things. Don't let that foot turn down. Really feel that pinky toe pulling up the whole side on both the bottom and the top foot. So stretch the top leg up. Bring the bottom one up to meet it, bring them down together. And the top one up and the bottom one up to meet it, and down together. And again, up, and down. Up, and down. Last one, up, hold, bottom leg goes down and up. And 2, and up. Keep this hip forward. 3, and up. 4, and up. Let's just do 5, and together they go down. And up, and bring these legs back to me a little bit, and up, yep, and 3, and up, and 4, and up, one more, 5, up, hold, and release it, down. Go into your scissor position, bottom leg comes forward, make sure the hip is over the hip, and bring it as far forward as you can feel your abdominals contract, and keep that alignment, up 1, and 2, and 3, get 10 of these, 4, 5, 6, drive through the heel, 7, 8, that's it, 9, and 10, better, right? Feel the difference with that little heel movement? And then bend those knees in. So set up for your plank on the, and stretch those legs out. Let's see what this side gets. Let's bring that shoulder back into the socket and push up through the hips. Good. Yeah, so let's bring this hip. Good, and bring your left shoulder back toward me a little bit and push up through that side. Yeah, really solid under there. Good. Breathe as you count. Don't hold your breath. That's it. And come back down. Thank you. And then we'll go on the hand. Good. And yeah, we'll keep the hand on the side. You can always challenge yourself with the star position. Bring this hip back to me a little more. Good. Really stay nice and long through the crown of your head. Nice support. Big breath in. And bring it all down. And then go onto your tummy for me. It's rest time. Rest the head on the hands. Good. So let's bring the feet together. To the best of your ability, you're going to try to be straight aligned. A lot of times that's not the case. We do want the heels together here. We don't want the feet in some awkward position. Sometimes they're just flopping out or they're just not active through the legs. So we'll begin again with our little rock and release. Yeah. And as you do that, think less of your muscles working and more of your bones moving. So just think of your bones kind of going under and out, right? And under and out. So there's less like muscle squeezing to make it happen. It's really just a rock, a rock, a rock. Good. And now make your circles. Good. And go the other way. Notice the difference between the two sides. Right? It seems weird, but it actually is really helpful. And relax. Good. So from here, take a breath in, and when you exhale, just hover your whole body in space. Everything, just in a hover. So take a breath again, and what I want you to do is this part of your body, feel it getting longer as opposed to lifting. Just feel everything get longer. So you're really just creating length. So there's no squeeze in the back. So breathe in again, and just get longer for me. Get as long as you can, as long as you can, as long as you can. And now let's open and close the legs as we breathe. So we're going to inhale, beat, 2, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale. We're just going to do 5 of these, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, longer, longer, not higher, and exhale, longer. You can go longer. And last one, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and rest it all. All right, so right from there, let's take the right knee out to the side in a frog stretch, just to make sure that everything is relaxed. And then bring it back out. Good, and the other one up. And return. So when we do this, let me just move the balloon, take it up to the side, say the right leg, right? Notice where the hips are and that this leg stayed in position, and then return it. Try not to deviate when the left leg comes, right? So it may not be able to come up as high, but try to keep that square and down. Good, let's do that again to each side. Yeah, that looks much better. And down, and up. Yeah, one was a little cheat. We're gonna do one more on each side, up. And I want you to go slower with the left one, right? So slower, 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 not so high. Yeah, there. Right, so that this doesn't grip, right? Because the tight side always kind of grips on the back side. So maybe you can't get it up as high. And then once it relaxes, now if you want to try to bring it a little higher, you can. Yeah, and usually it's with less tension on this part that we're also trying to open up. So bring it back out. Yeah, there you go. And let's step your feet to the left a little bit, because now that you opened up, your sense of center has changed. All right, so from here, let's just have a little bit of an activation of the leg extensors and the hip extensors. So we want to contract under the hamstring and then the glute. So try to contract your hamstring, then your glute, then reach one leg long from that contraction and bring it down. And just notice how your body might shift. Hamstring, then glute, right? Different side. So most of the time other things are doing this work. So you really want to think hamstring, then glute. That's why I'm touching. So she knows, right? One of them is certainly stronger than the other. Hamstring, then glute. And really try to feel those hips. Last one, hamstring, then glute. And one more, hamstring, then glute. That one was your best one. It's hard to do, but that one was your best one. And release. And now again, step your feet one step to the left. They keep migrating to me as you are trying to stabilize in your hips. Let's bend those knees, both of them. I want to bend them right away. So let's turn those knees out. Yeah, and here, again, if you don't have somebody with you, you won't necessarily be perfect here, but you're going to be as perfect as you can be. And in this position, just concentrate on feeling the heels. So when you do that, if you're prone to gripping in your low back or your hips, you're not going to. Focus on the heels only. And then from that heel connection, float your knees into each other. Just bring them together. Yeah, and open. And in, good, and open. And when you do that, less work, okay? So stay for a second. So when you do that, imagine more length through the side. That's a different exercise. All right, so open them a little more again. So I want them nice and wide here. That's good. And then imagine an elongation that's bringing them together. That's all. And you didn't. Now I want you to finish it. Now I want you to finish it. That's it. 2 more. And keep those knees on the mat. They don't have to lift. Just together. Stay there. Stay there, stay there, stay there. And you're going to be all in parallel now. All the way in. Now we know which other side is tight. Different part of you is tight. And then bring the heels towards your booty gently without changing anything. And then stretch your legs all the way out. And rest. Good. And take a breath in. And exhale. And you're going to put both toes tucked under. Again, step your feet 1 step to the left. I don't want to handle you too much. I want you to try to feel your way. And from here, I want you to really straighten both legs. And then imagine, there's an ant crawling under your belly. Yeah, exactly. And that I can get my hand all the way through to the other side. Yep, and if you think you're working hard, you can work harder. And what about that squeeze? Those magnets? Yeah, that's the key. You have to think of those bones coming together underneath. That changed your whole body. That's the one. Even more, you have that little ant. That's it. You have that little ant. We don't want that ant under there, or we want to give it a home to travel through, and you don't want to crush it. And then release back down. That was work, yeah?
Yep.
Repeat that one last time. Stretch it out. Engage right, and then let that little ant crawl to the other side from one side to the other. And if you think you're holding it, you got more in you. You've got more in you. Now this is actually where your pelvis can live. It changes everything. It's very good. Take a breath and then let the air out. And then good. You're going to come into a half down dog type position, or just stretch back into a child's pose. And actually into your quadruped. So just take a child's pose after being prone. We'll go into your quadruped, and I'll actually do the down dog later. So from there, excellent. Back to our friends, the little rock and release. And as you do that, at no point do you want to get slack in your shoulders. So even though you're changing shape, you're never collapsing through the shoulders and the upper back. You can get a little wider up here. That's better. Yep, and then make your little circles. Really try to tuck under and around. And go the other way. Good. And then just wag your tail side to side. Again, try to get a little sturdier up on top, so you're really feeling that connection from your hand up into your chest wall. And hold, imagine there's a chain on your belly button that's holding your belly button up in the air. And feel that wag happen from there, right? So wag while you hold that chain. That changes the stretch, actually. Good. And now just find that position. That's good. Feel your neck get a little longer and your shoulders glide down. From that now, take one knee out to the side and bring it back down. And the hard part is trying to keep your hips like 2 headlights here. So you're going to do the best you can to try to just get that work and stretch side to side. On the next one, hold it and kind of make a circle, from the hip, and go the other way. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and release it down. So that's also a lot of work. First, try to find the position, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and the other way. 1, and 2, and 3. There you go, and 4, and release it down. Just do me a favor and shift back for a second just to stretch out of that. Take a big breath in. Come right back up onto your hands. And what I want you to do from here is, again, imagine there's a chain on your belly button. That really is a cue that helps a lot. Tuck your toes under and float your knees up an inch. Keep that chain on the belly button. So from that, I want you to shift your weight forward, not backward. Yep. And really try to keep that. And then go back to the center hold, and then go forward. That's it. And then center, and then go forward, and come back to center, and then release it down. There you go. And now open the knees really wide, and go into just a child's pose stretch. And then from this stretch, you can go into like a half down dog, into a full with walking. Good. So right, half down dog. Just trying to get that little bit of an extra stretch from there. Really push down through those heels. Lift the belly up as you do that, and also concentrate on the legs. So you want to keep that turn out slightly, lift up and planting of the big toe, so your thighs are not turning in here. You get the maximum stretch if your thighs turn open and your belly pushes up. Now walk in position for me, do your little walks. So you get that little extra stretch and release. Good, good, and now both heels down. Walk your hands in and roll up to center, and then we'll turn forward for the work, and I'll stand a little bit to the side here. So we're going to just start with a little bit of alignment through the feet and ankles. So let's raise the heels up, shift out, bring it in, and bring it down, right? So we'll do one and in, so out and in and down. Now do a double, and one and two, and down. Now a triple, and one, and two, and three, and down. One more time with four, one, and two, and three, and four, and bring it down. Good. Bring yourself into a Pilates V, we call it, or just a turned out position, small first position of ballet. Keep your thighs turned in this stand. Again, find that connection of your hips wrapping into your back from your heels and the soles of your feet up. Raise those heels up 4 times. 1 and down, 2 and 3 and 4. Go into parallel alignment. 4 lifts up. 1 and 2 and 3. Keep that connection. And 4. Now go toes turned in. And you go up. 1. Keep those heels pushing out. 2 and 3 and 4 and release. Good. Step 1 foot in front of the other and balance, right? So you're going to really feel the work on the standing leg. Try not to overly lock the knee, but rather pull up through the front of the kneecap. That's it, as you're in your balance. And then release that position and switch sides. Again, really try to find that standing leg. Don't overly lock the back of the knee. You do want it straight, but you want to really just feel that connection pulling up through the front and back of your leg, ideally. And release. Great. And now let's open the feet wide into a wide position. And we're going to do, let's do the chin to knee. So hands behind, you're going to lunge to one side and bring your chin to your knee. And then come back up to center. And then shift sides, bring your chin to your knee, that's right. And come up to center. One more each will be fine. And up, and last time. And up, beautiful. Let's sumo squat from this position. See, we're all set up for it. Nice sumo squat. When you're there, really try to prevent an inward collapse. You want everything opening in your sumo squat from the hips and up. You want to feel that turn and that sit. That's it. One more time. Take it down and take it up. Good. Take your legs back together. Let's go into the 5 and 5. So you're going to go to the side for that? Good. All right, so take it into the first position. Breathe in, exhale, hold. Good, and up, and again. 2, and up, and again. 3, and up. Nice alignment. And 4, from the crown of the head through the tail, and keeping the knees tracked over the center toes. And 5, shift. Good, and up. 2, move through the whole hip. 3, not just the back, but the pelvis comes with you a little bit. 4, and 5, and take it up to rest. Nice breath in. And we can take it from there up and over to the ground, into an elephant. Exhale, when you go over, try to scoop up through the whole body, shifting over. And now I want you to walk with your weight. It's good. That's it. Right and right, left and left. Do you feel the difference in the movement? Mm-hmm. Okay. And then go backwards. Same thing. Left and left, right and right. Left and left, right and right. Left and left. And rest. And then roll to the top. And look to the camera and say, thank you for joining us today.